The situation in Urlings was one that was quite challenging. What happened 3 occasions prior to the consideration of this project, we had Ghaut and boulders washing down into the community, and it became a real nuisance. In addition to that, the cost of cleanup was getting more expensive every time there was a land slippage. And so we implemented the project. We had discussion with stakeholders like Public Works, the community, utility company, environment, and it was agreed that we should try and stop the boulder upstream as opposed to allowing it to wash down into the community. The design was done by Public Works, and just before the actual construction work started, while they were doing the excavation and clearing, it was decided to reinforce what was designed by putting in additional catchment pits upstream, so that it would capture the boulders at different intervals as they wash downstream. That was done, and it worked quite well, because I think it was 2 weeks after the initial clearing took place and the pits were in, we noticed that quite a bit of material was captured upstream. The construction went relatively well, and I can tell you there have been one heavy downpour after the project was implemented, and the residents seems to be quite happy, because all that passed through the entrapment was water. There were no boulders. The intent was to reduce significantly the amount of boulders that will wash down in the community. I am keeping my fingers crossed that we will eliminate any further boulder and Ghaut sand getting into the area where people live. As a part of the whole project, this was not a part of the actual funding consideration. But at the end of the project, it was decided that we should plant some trees that are indigenous to the area. The local name is wild tamarind. They grow very close to each other, and they can be very thick. And the roots seem to strive in that type of soil. And so it will help to bind the cleared area and to prevent large-scale slipping. That is something we'll have to continue to monitor to gauge its success over time. But as it stands now, the last heavy downpour, which was much heavier than the rains that caused the last slippage, we did not see any Ghaut sand going into the community.